And welcome back, everyone, again to the Diecast Dude Racing Network, your home for DATNASCAR Stage 2. We are set to go with our second group in our DATNASCAR Invitational. And as always, we are coming to you live here on Friday night. If you haven't joined us before, we are live each and every Friday night at 8 o'clock. Make sure you are tuned in. You don't want to miss any of the action. Our first stage was a barn burner, and we had a great time with it. And we hope that we can get another great stage out of the way tonight as we whittle down this field to the final 8. We are going to take the top 4 drivers in tonight's stage, and boy, do they look good. Starting on the front row in this stage, it will be Lone Star from Live Young Diecast in that number 34 Firebird. And that is a fantastic looking ride as well. He qualified in the second position with an 11.843. Beside him in the front row will be Rubber Toe from Monster Motorsports. He'll be in that Chevy Impala. And they were the third fastest qualifying time with a 12.629 in that number 2 car. In the second row it will be Bay City, Montana from Bay City Diecast. They will also be in a 2010 Chevy Impala. Their qualifying time was 6th with a 14.177. Beside him in the second row will be Lucas from EP Videos. He will also be in a Chevy Impala and be that number 20. He qualified 7th with a 14.626. In the back row will be the number 4 Stalker from G4 Diecast Racing. Be Daddy G. Didn't have the greatest of qualifiers. He didn't make it down to the end, so he'll be in the back row. And beside him will be the Gray Wizard from Golden Owl. Also a DNF in qualifying, which has landed him in the back row. That's another Stalker, another beautiful one at number 77. The stage is set. It's the second of 2 stages. We will be ready for stage 3 after tonight. Don't forget to reach down and hit that like button and drop us a comment and let us know what you think. It's going to be a top 4 advancing. 2 of them are going to have to go home, and it will be 6 laps. We'll rotate them. And on the front row, it will be Lone Star on the inside. It'll be Rubber Toe on the outside. They're down and away, and they are staying together as a pack through the divided 180. They're through the chicanes and into the open track and down into turn 3 in a hurry. Rubber Toe in the lead. Rubber Toe winning lap number 1 with an 11.013. They get it all jumbled up down there in the tunnel, and nobody makes it out. Tight group as they get through the chicane and they get down into turn number 3. Rubber Toe on that inside lane, they start to pull away. Everyone starts to get a little hammy behind him. That's all right, he knows what to do. And that number 2 Chevy Impala crosses the finish line in first. Great racing so far. Your goal is going to be to get down to the finish line as fast as you can. You don't want to take a chance of getting tied up in any mayhem back there with 6 cars on the track. It's going to be lap 2. Bay City, Montana's going to be the inside. E.P. Lucas stalling at the start. He's going to have some problems back there. Back up in front, it's Bay City, Montana, followed by Daddy G. Daddy G gets turned around by the Golden Owl, and that leaves Bay City, Montana all alone. He will finish lap number 2 with an 11.215, and there comes Lucas from EP Videos. Not sure what happened up on top of the mountain there, but in any event, he's going to finish last in race number 2. Back up front, it was Daddy G pushing Bay City Daryl along. Single file as they get into the open track. They will dive down into turn number 3. The Gray Wizard was pushing and pulling, and there comes Lone Star, and they just tag team Daddy G. Meanwhile, Bay City, Montana, he just finishes the race by himself without any competition. So after 2 laps, Rubber Toe, he will be your leader. Bay City, Montana, he'll be in second. Daddy G and Gray Wizard and Lone Star, they'll all be tied for that 4th and final position. So it will be Daddy G on the inside, Bay City, Montana on the outside on that front row. They're down and away. This time, EP Videos gets a good start. He'll be right back there as well. And there goes the Gray Wizard. Daddy G throwing the Gray Wizard off the track. Daddy G all by himself. Is there anybody else behind him? No. That's a fast one. 10, 7, 2, 1. I didn't really see what was happening right there at the chicanes, but it looked like the Gray Wizard was trying to go through Daddy G. Daddy G wasn't having that. There he is on his side. 77 Stalker. Let's take one more look and see what happened. Bay City, Montana and Lone Star, they get together. They can't make it through turn number 4. Those will be DNFs, and that's not what you want. Points being so valuable, as you see right there. He tried to go through an area that wasn't passable, and Daddy G just kept on going. There you see Bay City, Montana was out of control back there, and he never was able to really recover. And Daddy G, he had no problems getting down the finish line. That was a fast car anyway. It was going to be tough to catch that. A 10.721. I think that's second fastest so far we've seen. I think Arlo holds the record so far at a 10.699, if I'm not mistaken. And after 3 laps, Daddy G up in the lead. Rubber Toe right there behind him. And it'll be Daddy G on the outside. It will be the Gray Wizard on the inside of that front row. And they are down and away. Again, everyone's staying nice and tight together. No one letting anybody get away from the draft as they are through the chicanes. And Daddy G with a great move on the Golden Owl, but he gets turned around. Did the Gray Wizard just turn him around? Daddy G in reverse, followed by the Gray Wizard, and out Rubber Toe giving Lucas a shot as he comes through. He will finish 4th. I didn't see Lone Star and Bay City, Montana. There they are again. Those two get tied up and they just can't get their issues worked out. Back-to-back DNFs for those two teams is really going to put them in a hole. The Gray Wizard with the lead as they hit the open track. Daddy G hit the gas, and Daddy G had too much gas. He turned himself around, and it was his own fault, but he makes it in reverse. As you see, Gray Wizard almost getting past him. Lucas right there as well. They finish 1, 2, 3. Rubber Toe, he comes in. He finally makes it down there. And after 4 laps, Daddy G, he'll be your leader. Rubber Toe in 2nd. Lucas in 3rd. And the Gray Wizard in 4th. And it's big trouble now for Bay City and Lone Star as they are trying to advance to stage 3. Lucas, he'll be on the inside. Gray Wizard, he'll be on the outside as they will start lap number 5. This is a critical lap as it will be the Gray Wizard on the outside getting a push from Daddy G. That line is really moving. Daddy G trying to get down to the finish line. He turns the Gray Wizard around and they're nose to nose. And the Gray Wizard cuts down onto, oh my goodness. And it is calamity at the finish line. All I know is the Gray Wizard finished 1st. I couldn't see who finished 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. My goodness, the Gray Wizard. He had some speed, but he just gets the whole turn wrong. He's backwards. Daddy G, sensing the weakness, is going to try to make the pass. But no, the Gray Wizard shuts it down and says, if I can't win, nobody can. He'll get the win. Oh, it'll be Lucas 2nd. It looks like Daddy G 3rd. And how about Lone Star coming underneath of Rubber Toe and just passes him under. I've never seen a car pass another car underneath, from underneath. Unbelievable. And after 5 laps, Daddy G, your leader, he leads by 5. And it looks like he's in there. And if my math is correctly, the top 4 are in there. This is just going to be a race for fun as Rubber Toe on the outside, Lucas on the inside. The outside. That outside lane gets a huge boost from the Gray Wizard and Daddy G, and they are lightning quick. And Daddy G turning around the Gray Wizard. Lucas with a lightning fast lap. 10, 5, 4, 2. And that one will be the first one. And Lone Star shows up at the finish line, and no one else. And that's a wrap. Daddy G, he can't make it through turn 4. He gave a huge shot to the Gray Wizard. Those two are having some words. And I see back there is also Rubber Toe. He didn't make it. My goodness. And Bay City, Montana just couldn't quite finish the racing here. Disappointment from that number 16 team. We love to have seen that car make it to stage 3. Big fans of the Montana and Montana family. Here we see Lucas into turn 3. He's got a ton of speed. Daddy G coming up on the Gray Wizard. The Gray Wizard turned himself around, and that was just his own problem. Lucas having none of that, and he rolls to a lap 6 win, and it was fast, folks. It was super fast. One of the fastest we've seen, and I'm sure that car is going to be one to beat in stage 3, that number 20 Chevy Impala. 2 more are going home. They'll join the Crazy Canuck and Indiana Diecast Racing as they wait for their haulers and their team to get them out of here. Lucas will win stage number 2. Daddy G will come in second. The Gray Wizard third. Rubber Toe, he sneaks in there in fourth. Those will be your top 4. They will join stage 1. Mr. Dark, Sam Hall, Arlo, and Doc. Doc was a super fast car in stage 1. Go back and check that out if you haven't. It'll be in the end screen. There's your top 8. We are all set. We will see you next week, folks. Stick around for more Diecast racing action.